Hey everybody, welcome right back to the channel, everybody. Welcome right back to the channel. Listen, this week of basketball has been crazy. I mean, this week of sports really been wild. Okay. In this video, we talk about the NCAA. We're definitely gonna talk about the NBA too, uh, you know, as well. But in this video specifically right here, we're gonna be talking about the NIT and the tourney. Fun stuff in both. I mean, my goodness. I mean, it's been fun, clutch things that's been happening in both. But listen, before we get into all that important stuff, my name's Isaiah Austin. Welcome back to the IDA King Video Production Channel. I want to thank everybody who supports and subscribes. Thank you. Really appreciate it. Really love y'all, man. Appreciate y'all. A lot of videos been popping out. Things are, hey, we're gonna do a lot more things on it, not just basketball, but other things. Talk about other stuff, all that stuff. That's happening in the future. The weather's getting better, hopefully. Obviously during the summer is gonna be really crazy. I think this summer is gonna be fun. But um, if you like the channel, hit the subscribe button. Okay. If you like the videos, hit the like button on the videos, and if you want to know when I post and upload new videos, hit that bell notification. Hit the comment button. Maybe comment, so do all that good stuff. Went in there. Speaking of that, going into the NIT, man, Liberty and George Mason was a fun one. Liberty ended up getting a big win, 77-71 in that NIT first rounder. UNC Williamton had a great year this year. They beat Yale, who also had a real good year this year. It was 68-67. Wichita State beat Wyoming in that first round as well on Tuesday. And Oklahoma State and Davidson was in a close game. Davidson was up in the game by almost like 20 points. Then they came back, ended up losing to Oklahoma State. And then in overtime, right? In overtime, Stephen F. Austin, who had a great year this year, lost to Tulsa, who also had a great year this year, and ended up losing 89-84 in that OT. That was a clutch one in the OTs. Seattle ended up beating St. Thomas, in that first round. And then Auburn expectedly beat South Alabama in that first round. And UNLV beat UC Irving. UC Irving had a great year this year. UNLV did some good stuff too in that first round. In the NIT, it did some good stuff. So that was really good. St. Joseph's beat Colorado State. That was a heck of a game. Fun game. 69-64 in that first round. And then also on that Wednesday, California blew out UIC in the first round as well. Okay. Now, Saturday is going to be really, really important. And Sunday is going to be really, really important as well. Okay. There'll be fun stuff happening. UNC Williamton is playing Dayton on ESPN Plus at 7 p.m. And then Liberty is playing Nevada in that second round too, as well at 9 p.m. ESPN Plus. That's on Saturday. And Sunday, there'll be a lot more games of the NIT, right? Illinois State versus Wake Forest, okay, on ESPN 2. And then Seattle U versus Auburn, okay, in that second round. And then Tulsa, who's having a fantastic year, versus UNLV. Okay, and then George Washington playing New Mexico as well, and then you also got Wichita State, Oklahoma State. Then St. Joseph's, California. That could be good, both for like 23, 22, and 11. They're playing on ESPN. They got some good players on both those teams, so it could be a fun matchup right there, man. The NIT's been great, clutchness, OTs, big shots after big shots. But hold on. Let me tell you something, though. The NCAA tournament, though, is just a step up better. Oh man, it's a step up better. It started on a Tuesday. Howard versus UMBC, clutch after clutch after clutch. UMBC was hitting shot after shot, but Howard was fitting them off with a lot of great shots, and they ended up winning 86-83 in that first four. Okay, then Texas ended up beating NC State in that first four too, to both 11 seeds. 2 11 seeds hoop. Texas did a good job against NC State by 2 points. Real tight game. NC State was doing their thing, but Texas had to fend them off, man. Fend them off and get a win. And on the Wednesday, Prairie View ended up beating Lehigh 67-55. Prairie View was giving them too much work, too much business, making too many shots on them. And Miami of Ohio did the same thing against SMU in that first four. Made three after three after three after three after three, hit like 16 of them things in the game. Man, gave SMU all they could handle. Okay, and the first four led into a great Thursday and Friday of college basketball, man. A great Thursday and Friday of college basketball tourney. It started with TCU beating Ohio State by 2 points. That was a battle in that first round in the East region. Okay, in that first round in the East region, Nebraska destroyed Troy. Nebraska don't win. They don't be winning. Okay, I think this is their first win in the NCAA tournament history, if I'm not mistaken. If I'm not mistaken, I could be wrong. I apologize if I am. I know Charles Barkley was saying that throughout. I got verified. But hey, man, this is one of the few wins. If they haven't won, this is one of the few wins they had in the history of this tournament. And they did a great job in the first round, destroying it. Troy 76-47, just beating them down early. Louisville and South Florida was in a close one in the East region. Okay, in that East region, they were in a close one. The Nebraska-Troy game, by the way, I believe if I didn't say it was in the South region. In the East region, it was South Florida versus Louisville. Close game, tight game, but Louisville prevailed, ended up getting them, edging them out 83-79. Okay, this one was where the upset started happening. I'm talking about it was greatness. Okay, in that West region, Wisconsin was up on High Point, giving High Point some problems a little bit. I think they were up double figures maybe, but High Point came back, rolling back, storming back, made shots after shots, was doing clutch things against Wisconsin. Okay, hit a point, boom, Wisconsin got the ball, I think turned over. Then they sat there fouled. High Point missed that free throw, but then all of a sudden Wisconsin made a deep pass after he missed the free throw, made a deep pass. High Point stole it, and they ended up winning 83-82. That's where the upset started. Greatness already with upset. Upset alert happened. High Point's a real good team. People were saying that could be a upset point. You got to be careful with that. You got to be careful with that, okay? Siena, man, did some great things against Duke. They were up 43-32, I believe, at halftime. They had their whole starters. Their 5 players played the whole game. The whole game on Siena. They didn't sit. They didn't make a substitution. Duke was struggling, man. Was getting outplayed, outworked, outcoached. They still got outplayed and outcoached, in my opinion. But they ended up finding a way to do just enough to get that win in the second half, 71-65. Duke got to play better because Siena is a good team. They're a real tough team. They probably shouldn't have been seeded a 16th seed. But let me tell you something. The next team they play, oh my goodness, it's going to be a tough one. It's going to be a tough one. We're going to talk about that later, though. We're going to talk about that later. Vanderbilt, McNeese, real close. McNeese was up by 10-plus points. Vanderbilt came back. They ended up winning by 10 points. It was 78-68 against McNeese. Michigan State came in and rolled through North Dakota State. Rolled through them. Arkansas rolled through Hawaii. Greatness. But here's another upset. North Carolina was up 19 points. That was the second largest deficit in the NCAA tournament that a team came back from. VCU came back. Okay, VCU came back and made it a game, made it a tough game out there. Tied the game and ended up forcing it to OT, and then all of a sudden they ended up edging them out in the final OT, 82-78. That was legendary performance after legendary performance. When I watched that game, I couldn't believe it. Michigan ended up destroying Howard, though, 101-80. I know a person I work with is from that's his alma mater, Howard. Shout out to that brother right there. Okay, Texas ended up pulling off an upset, beating BYU. The Batsa was balling. He was hooping. I think he almost had 40 ball. 35, I believe, at 10 rebounds or something crazy like that. But let me tell you something. Texas ended up fitting them off and ended up getting that big win, okay? After, I think, Sanders got hurt, BYU was a different team, and they struggled. Now, Texas have been real good. They did a great job. And they rivaled Texas A&M, did a good job, too, against St. Mary's, ended up winning 63-50. It was a good game, but then Texas A&M started pulling away, grinding on St. Mary's, grinding on St. Mary's, grinding on St. Mary's, grinding on St. Mary's. And that's what happened. And then, oh, man, this was another one. Penn blew out Illinois, dog walked them. And then St. Louis destroyed Georgia. I mean, they destroyed them. It was crazy. They scored all over the place. They were making shot after shot. Them and Illinois, man. They were making shot after shot. St. Louis, Illinois was put on an offensive clinic. Houston destroyed Idaho. They put on an offensive clinic too, but not like those two teams. Okay, and Gonzaga did the same thing. It was 73, but Kennesaw State was close with Gonzaga, 64 too. They were putting it in there. They were putting it in there, man. They were putting it in there. It was close with those teams, man. A lot of those situations. The Gonzaga and Kennesaw State game was in the West region. South region was Houston and Idaho. Midwest region was St. Louis and Georgia too, right? And that South region was Illinois and Penn. And then South region was Texas A&M and St. Mary's. These were great. The West region, man, the West region is crazy with Texas, BYU. That was in there too. And then the Midwest region was Michigan and Howard. So those are like some crazy ones. South region was VCU and in North Carolina. And West region was the Arkansas-Hawaii game. East region was Michigan State, North Dakota State too. So that was craziness. Just craziness. East region was Duke and Siena. And South region was McNeese and Vanderbilt. And you already know all the other one, High Plains stuff. That was crazy though. That was some great stuff that happened right there. In that first day. That was just the first day though. The second day was even crazy too. Kentucky versus St. Clara, man, in a final T. Kentucky almost lost the game. Kentucky almost lost the game, right? Kentucky almost lost the game. Santa Clara, after I believe Santa Clara hit a three, they were up by 3. I think Santa Clara wanted a timeout, or I don't know if he wanted a timeout after Kentucky hit that 3, because he hit a 3 at the buzzer, man. Hit a 3, I think, full quarter, something crazy. Kentucky did, and he hit it to tie the game. Then all of a sudden, in OT, they pulled away on him, 89-84. Oh my goodness, couldn't believe it. Couldn't believe it. I was balling, banging. I mean, it was crazy. That was a heck of a game already. Final OT, the Texas Tech and Akron. Akron was hanging in there, but the Texas Tech pulled away 91-71. Okay, that first game, the Kentucky St. Clair, though, well, that was in the Midwest region. Man, this Midwest in the second game was in the Midwest region, Texas Tech and Akron. Oh, my goodness. Now, in this West region, Arizona put Long Island in bad situation after bad situation. It was 92-58. Put them in bad situations. Arizona is a good team. Wright State, okay, Wright State and Virginia in the Midwest region. Wright State was giving Virginia a lot of trouble, a lot of problems. But Virginia prevailed in that first round and pulled away on them. Okay, in the Midwest region, Iowa State destroyed Tennessee State, put an offensive clinic on them. Hofstra was close to Alabama, then Alabama started pulling away in the Midwest region game in the first round. Okay, Utah State showed Villanova why I believe the Mountain West is that program. The Mountain West is the place to be. They are real good out there in the Mountain West, and they showed that against Villanova in the West region. They showed that. Okay. The Villanova coach was talking about firing coaches' staffs because I ain't gonna lie, there were some things they were struggling a little bit with Utah State, man. Holy Christ, Utah State was giving them some problems. I mean, their play calling was their play calls were like NFL, man. They had a playbook of like a large size. You know what I'm saying? They were cooking out there, man, with offensive game planning. You know, people got on the Villanova coach, but he was joking. I could tell he was joking. He probably shouldn't have joked, but that's all. We could talk about that another time. But listen, then Miami of Ohio did a Cinderella thing all year, but they met their match with Tennessee. Tennessee was giving them the whooping. I ain't gonna lie, they gave them a whooping, 78-56. That was in the Midwest region. They beat them down, Midwest region. Okay, that Villanova Utah State game was West region. But, man, the Midwest region game, man, Miami of Ohio struggled, man. It was 56-78. Tennessee was giving them that whooping. But Iowa in the South region beat Clemson by 6 points, 67-61. That was a good game, close game. Iowa was giving them some problems, but Clemson was trying to, come back in, but Iowa pulled away and fend off the win. St. John's blew out Northern Iowa in the East region, and then UCLA was in a close battle with UCF. Close battle with UCF in that East region. Okay, but UCLA had to beat UCF. Purdue destroyed Queens in the West region. Obviously, Brandon, I believe, Smith broke the record for all-time assists. That dude's a true point guard, a legendary point guard. He can make all the plays. Okay, Prairie View got destroyed by Florida in the South region. Dog walked 114-155. Holy moly. CA Baptist was really close with Kansas. They were close. CA Baptist in the second half played way better, was doing a lot of great things, but Kansas fended them off in that East region. Missouri ended up losing to Miami in the West region. Miami pulled away late on Missouri. They pulled away late on them. And this game right here was really interesting. Real close through most of the game. Furman was giving UConn a lot of problems, okay? Furman has a freshman basketball player who can play on that team. I think he's the shooting guard. I'm trying to think of his name right now. Been watching a lot of games, a lot of players, right? But that guy can hoop and that guy can play. He's at Furman. And he gave UConn a lot of issues in the first half, especially, and even a little bit in the second half. UConn found a way to pull away. Their big fella almost had a 30-30. Almost had a 30-30. Man, that dude was balling. That big fella was balling, man. Y'all know, if y'all watch the game, y'all know exactly what I'm saying. That man was cooking. 30, almost a 30-30. Yeah, 30 points or like 20-something, 27, 26, 27 rebounds. That brother was cooking. And that's why they won the game. If they didn't have him, I don't know if they even beat Furman for real. That's how good he was in that game. You know what I mean? in that game in the East region. Holy moly. Now, Saturday and Sunday. Oh my goodness. Y'all not going to understand how these 2 days about to get real wild. It's about to get real crazy on CBS in the Midwest region at 12:10 p.m. Y'all better get y'all popcorns ready and watch these games because it's about to get fun, okay, this weekend. If you doing something, it better be productive because I'm telling you right now, it's lazy time out here. It's supposed to be lazy time. You got St. Louis versus Michigan. The 32-3 team versus St. Louis in that Midwest region. That is about to be fun, man. I can't wait. Then another game on CBS. Oh, jeez. Man, it's Michigan State versus Louisville in the East region. In the East region, baby. But then after that, you got on CBS again, triple header on the CBSs. You got Duke versus TCU in the East region, okay? That's going to be another fun game. That's a game where TCU can put Duke in a problem. Seattle put Duke in that problem, but TCU can definitely put Duke in that problem, okay? Duke got to be careful against TCU because TCU can get them, and they can get them, so they got to be careful. On TNT, Texas A&M is facing off Houston. Okay, in the South region, that's going to be a fun one on TNT. And then Texas versus Gonzaga. Oh, my goodness. Texas versus Gonzaga. Texas is a blue blood team throughout history when it comes to sports, period. And then you got Gonzaga. Basketball-wise, they're royalty in that West region. They're in the West region on True TV. Okay, VCU versus Illinois. That's going to be another fun one on CBS, man. CBS got the bangers. Man. It's going to be fun in that South region. VCU can get aggressive, get into you, and Illinois can do a lot of great things offensively as well. Vanderbilt versus Nebraska in the South region. That's going to be fun. SEC versus Big Ten on TNT. High Point is going against Arkansas, the Cinderellas of Cinderellas right now. I think the lowest seed right now, the 12th seed. High Point is trying to beat off Arkansas, who has great players, including Acuff. That dude's a beast. And that's on True TV in the West region. Now, Sunday, too, is going to be crazy. We're going to go all the way to the top of it. Miami versus Purdue. Both teams are really, 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 really entertaining and good. They got great guard play. They got great teams on CBS. That's in the West region. Kentucky versus Iowa State. This one's going to be fun. I am excited in the Midwest region on CBS. I cannot wait to watch that game. That game, Kentucky Blue Blood with a different coach, shout out to him, Pope, and versus Iowa State. Iowa State been great for a long time. But this is the one. I can't wait. This might be the game of the week. This might be the game of the NCAA Tournament week. St. John's versus Kansas. Okay, St. John's versus Kansas. St. John's, to me, was misseeded. Misseeded, in my opinion. They should be way higher than a 5th seed. They probably should be a 2nd seed at the minimum, okay? Because they beat UConn twice. Blew out UConn, I believe, twice. They had a great schedule, beat great teams on their schedule, and they a 5th seed. They play against Kansas, who's been up and down all year, but they got a great player in Peterson who's going to be the number 1 pick most likely in the draft. In this East region, the 2nd round. Pretty exciting. That game's going to be fun. Tennessee versus Virginia. Okay, then the Midwest region. That's going to be another fun one. Florida versus Iowa in the South region on TBS. That's going to be a fun one. This one I think is going to be great. Arizona versus Utah State. I cannot wait for this one, though, on True TV. I am excited to watch that game. That game specifically, I'm excited to watch because Utah State can do a lot of things offensively and they can defend well. But Arizona, they got big fellas out of size and they got the guard play. They got a 3-headed monster, I believe, at freshman too. And they got Bradley, who's a beast. I believe he's a senior or junior. He's a boss. He hit that game winner against Iowa State. Okay, now UCLA, UConn, another fun one on TNT in the East region. Texas Tech and Alabama in the Midwest region. Okay, that's going to be fun right there. Cannot wait. Speaking of Alabama, that player, I think with the drug charges, I think he had a lot of weed in the car. I think that's what it was. I think intent to sell or something like that. Who knows? But he was out that game. He probably not gonna play. Obviously, in this game, he probably not gonna play in the tournament. So feel bad for him. But overall, it's been great, man. Been great stuff here. This weekend has been unbelievable of college basketball. Man, the week's been crazy with college basketball. I cannot wait. I'm excited. We're gonna have some more of it. I'm excited for it, baby. It's going to be fun. Then Saturday and Sunday going to be fun. Y'all better be watching, man. You better be watching. You better be ready to go. Don't play around today. Don't play around today. Stay at home and watch the games. If you off this weekend, you better be staying home watching that basketball, because that basketball about to be legendary in the NCAA tournament. We also going to be talking about the NBA in another video, because there's a lot of stuff that been happening, and we gotta talk about a record being broken. We gotta talk about that. It's been a little busy over here, but we gotta talk about a record being broken by a legend, okay, by a person who will one day be in the Hall of Fame. Man, that brother, that brother is a beast, so we gonna talk about that. Okay, if y'all like the videos, hit the like button. If you want to subscribe, hit the subscribe button. And if you want to hit that bell notification to know when you post and upload the videos, please do that for me. And do comment, share them, all that stuff, man. Appreciate y'all. Appreciate the love, support. Peace.